Nahida vs Thoma. Nahida's Araquanid has Light Metal and Quick Claw. The Quick Claw can help it move first in some situations, which helps as it is the slowest Pokemon in this match. It's got a decent moveset with pretty good EVs. Nahida's Primarina has Bad Dreams and Leperberry, which will both be very situational, but could be quite helpful in those situations. Primarina got Stab Brine and Fiery Dance, which can help it boost its good special attack even more. Lycanroc Day has Chilling Neigh and the useless Soft Sand, which Chilling Neigh could boost its attack a bit to help with the Psychic Fangs and Low Sweep, however only half its moveset is physical. Manectric has Prankster Zoom Lens, which is very helpful for its moveset, boosting the accuracy of Bolt Strike while allowing moves like Teeter Dance to have priority, except against Dark types. Nahida's Entei has an extremely good moveset and Intimidate to lower the attack of its opponents, while also having a Chilean Berry, which will halve the damage from a normal type attack if it's hit by one. This Entei also has very good EVs. Nahida's Iron Hands has Fluffy to half damage from all contact moves, but it gives it essentially a fire weakness, which probably won't proc the weakness policy, which will raise its attack stats by 2 stages. A Crab Hammer from this thing is going to do so much damage. It didn't get the good EVs in attack though. Thoma's Meowstic has Stall, which probably doesn't help much at all, and White Herb, which will help remove any stat lowers it might get. Okay moveset, allowing for chip damage and healing, while also a bit of trickery, and then hopefully its main attacking move doesn't have very good stats. Thoma's Feraligatr has Symbiosis and Twisted Spoon, which both are useless in this single battle format. However, it does have a fairly good moveset, not the greatest AV spread though. Thoma's Dugong has Sap Sipper, which turns a grass weakness into a grass immunity, and Roll-Up Berry, which will damage the user if it's hit by a special move. Sap Sipper could also raise the attack of the Dugong, which helps for all its moves. Thoma's Blossom has Chlorophyll and Misty Seed, which are both very situational in situations that the Blossom cannot activate. However, it does have a decent moveset with some pretty good EVs. Thoma's Delcatty has Multi-Type, which will not help as it's non-Arceus, and a Papaya Berry, which doesn't help as it's not weak to Psychic. However, its moveset is very good, even if it's not the best stat-wise. Thoma's Huntail has Rain Dish and Leperberry, both situational, but could be fairly helpful in those situations. It's also got a very interesting moveset, we'll see how that plays out. Nahida is currently 3-0 and Thoma is currently 2-0, with Nahida's Entei on 7 kills, and then Nahida's Manectric and Primarina on 4, as well as Thoma's Feraligatr on 4. Nahida has the faster team overall, but Nahida does also have the slowest Pokemon. However, that slowest Pokemon does have Quick Claw, which could allow it to move first. And the battle's begun! Nahida sends out Primarina, Thoma sends out Feraligatr. Feraligatr goes for a Hammer Arm, which gets resisted immediately. Feraligatr is losing speed, but Primarina only goes for Mega Punch before switching. Thoma also switches, and there's a switch from Nahida. Another resisted hit comes out, and more switching. So many resisted hits. The first non-resisted hit is a Psychic Fangs from Lycanroc, while a Hunter sets up the Poison Spikes. That could be huge. And gets up the Toxic Spikes, getting actual Toxic now. Lycanroc goes for the Overheat on the Huntail, as it wastes the turn with Embargo, and Lycanroc takes the first kill on the Huntail, and gets the Chilling Neigh attack boost. Primarina switches in and gets Toxicked. Mist Ball coming in from the Blossom, lowering the special attack of the Primarina. That is huge. Primarina wastes another turn as the Blossom gets another Mist Ball off. Primarina is taking a lot of damage from that Toxic. It's not looking good for Nahida. That Toxic's going to do so much damage to all the Pokemon. Nahida does not have a Poison type to get rid of it. Feraligatr is going for resisted moves on the Araquanid. Can Nahida possibly pull this back? He's winning now Pokemon-wise, but those Toxic Spikes being on the field are going to do so much. Is this how Thoma gets this far with his team? They're just wasting moves at the moment while the Araquanid just goes down. Stalling. Primarina switches in, then immediately switches out, gets the Manectric, taking the Water Shuriken as it's Toxic. Takes the poison damage. Manectric goes for Howl as the Hammer Arm comes in and lower the Feraligator's speed. Then Manectric could get a big hit in, no, it just switches. Iron Hands gets Toxicked. Hammer Arm comes in, does 0 damage, but it's toxic, it doesn't matter. Water Shuriken, just getting that chip damage in. Power Split, I don't know if you wanted that Power Split, but the Feraligator's more resisted moves as the Toxic continues to do damage. The missed Bolt Strike from the Manectric, that would have done so much. Just takes the Teeter Dance to try and confuse the Feraligator before going down. Entei comes in, Nahida's Pokemon with the most kills, gets the Intimidate off and immediately switches back out. Primarine takes the Steel Wing and goes down to the Poison. Thoma's up 2 Pokemon now, all Nahida's Pokemon have been Toxic. Entei comes back in, gets another Intimidate off. That Feraligator is not having a fun time set-wise, but it's having a fun time watching Nahida's Pokemon go down to Toxic. Entei speeds up after a Flame Charge, resisted, takes more Toxic damage. Entei switches to Lycanroc, and Entei comes back in, gets another Intimidate off. That Feraligator has 0 attack, yet it's still getting super effective Water Shurikens off, watching the Toxic do damage. Body Press isn't doing that much damage to the Feraligator, but it'll keep trying. Entei, will it survive this turn? It just survives this turn. It's not surviving one more turn if it stays in. Gets a super effective Flame Charge off. Speed Boost doesn't matter because that Entei is out of here. Iron Hands comes in, switches to Lycanroc. The more it switches, the more damage it's taking, but it also reduces the timer. Blossom takes a bit of damage, gets Mist Ball off, lowers the special attack of Lycanroc. Blossom switches out, Lycanroc gets the Overheat. That could have taken out the Blossom if it had stayed in. But the Delcat, the Lycanroc barely lives, gets another Overheat off, but it didn't have much special attack left. It's just the Delcat, the Iron Hands against 5 Pokemon from Thoma's team. Gets a Hyper Voice off. Can it take out the Delcatty? Delcatty tries to Aqua Ring, but it will go down to the Iron Hands. And Iron Hands isn't living 4 more Pokemon. Gets a Hyper Voice out, doesn't do much damage to Meowstic. Meowstic goes for Conversion, becomes a Fire type as the Iron Hands goes for Power Split. Meowstic heals, that Iron Hands is at 4% while Toxic. The Rock Climb, not doing much damage, it heals up, and the Iron Hands goes down, and Thoma wins 4-0.